Have you ever found yourself wondering how, ancient tales, these mysterious happenings, and even celestial beings might all connect with a really personal spiritual journey, and how that shapes our understanding today? Well, today we're taking a deep dive into an absolutely fascinating story, kind of case study shared by one of our listeners. It's this compelling narrative full of really unusual events around Phra That Phanom in Thailand. And it involves these profound spiritual insights from someone they call Teacher Mayai.
Exactly. And our mission today is to really unpack this unique story, kind of peel back the layers. We want to look beyond just the common understanding. We'll use the listener's own notes and the teacher's explanations to see the deeper spiritual realities. The idea is to pull out key lessons about faith, about karma, which is always intricate, and about these unseen realms. We're digging into the who, what, and why behind things that seem, well, pretty inexplicable, and what it all might mean for you.
So this listener's journey, their spiritual path into this specific world, it began late 2547 BE. That's 2004 for us. They became a student at a well-known teaching center because a friend suggested getting a Dawatham satellite dish for their mom.
Ah, the Dhamma Channel satellite? Right.
Yeah, basically a TV channel focused on Buddhist teachings. And it's really remarkable how quickly their understanding grew after that.
It really is. A listener mentioned being hooked, watching every day, never missing it. And they said that after listening to this teacher Mayai for less than a week, they felt they had a really solid grasp of the Dhammakaya teachings.
Which focus on inner peace and reality. Right?
Precisely. And the listener found the explanations not just easy to follow, but super logical. It built up this really strong faith very fast. Their only regret, they said, was not finding this path earlier in life.
And this journey wasn't just personal. It actually connects deeply with their family's background, too. They happened to marry into a family that was already very devout. The mother-in-law, especially, was a major supporter, a patron of this highly revered monk.
Then poor.
Yeah, you mentioned him. Famous in the Mekong River area.
Exactly. Known for his wisdom. Now, here's where the story takes a really strange turn. Back in 2500 BE, so 1957 CE, there was this pivotal event. It was the 5th waxing moon, 11th lunar month, maybe 2.0 a.m., pouring rain, thunder crashing, and suddenly this spectacular 7-colored light beam shoots out of the north.
Wow.
Described as being as thick as a large palm tree, and it has vanished into the archway of Phra, that Phanom stupa.
Okay, that's unusual.
And someone actually saw it. A local shop owner, Tia Kai Huat, was out collecting rainwater and witnessed the whole thing. Can you imagine?
Definitely not your average Tuesday night.
So what did Dan Poor do?
Well, 2 days later, after hearing about this, then Poor did something unique. He had a 15-year-old novice meditate.
Okay.
And during the meditation, the novice clearly saw 7 Naga kings lined up near the stupa.
Naga kings, like the serpent being.
Yes, described as huge, large as palm trees with these frightening red crests. But then they transformed.
Transformed how?
Into young men dressed all in white.
Okay. So beings that can shift form. We're definitely outside normal reality here.
And the first interaction through the novice was very formal, almost like diplomats meeting. The leader, Naga, speaking through the boy, greeted Dan Poor respectfully, saying they had already been there for 2 nights.
Fascinating. And did they say who they were?
They did. They identified themselves as Paya Sattanaka. That means 7 Naga kings.
7 of them. Okay.
And their names were incredibly auspicious, tied to these core Buddhist virtues, the 7 noble treasures.
Let's hear them.
The leader was Phaya Sattanaka for faith, then Phaya Siliwathonako, morality, Phaya Hiriwathonako, moral shame.
Important virtues.
Phaya Itapawathonako, moral dread. Phaya Sajawathonako, truthfulness. Phaya Jakuwathonako, wisdom in seeing.
And the last one.
Phaya Panyatejanaka, representing wisdom as power.
Wow. Those names themselves tell a story, don't they? About their nature, their purpose, maybe.
Absolutely. And the details they gave were just as captivating. They mentioned having distinct body colors.
Oh, like what?
Blue, dark green, light green, yellow, pink, orange, and white. One for each king.
A rainbow of Nagas.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And they initially claimed they came from Anodad Lake up in the Himalayas.
Okay, Anodad Lake, Himalayas. Got it. So why were they there? What was the mission?
Right, their purpose. They explained they were sent by Lord Indra.
Lord Indra, ruler of Tavatimsa heaven.
The very same. Sent from that celestial realm to guard Phra That Phanom because it holds the Buddha's chestbone relics, the Phra Urakathat.
Protecting sacred relics. That makes sense in a cosmic way.
And their main task was to kick out these other spirits, Phi Jia Huin.
Phi Jia Huin, what are those?
Like house spirits or city pillar spirits.
Yeah.
Apparently these ones were taking bribes, offerings meant for the temple
It-
and basically defiling the religion.
I see. Corruption even in the spirit world.
Seems so. And the Nagas made a point of saying they don't accept bribes. They're incorruptible protectors.
Highlighting a clear difference in nature, a celestial hierarchy almost, dedicated to keeping sacred sites pure.
Quite the divine security team, isn't it? And it makes you wonder, where do beings like this live? They claimed they had a divine mansion right there under the stupa,
Under it? Okay.
describing it as being like Katumaharajika heaven, another divine realm, or maybe even under the ocean.
So somewhere otherworldly, connected to the stupa itself.
And get this, they actually invited them poor to visit.
An invitation to a Naga mansion. That's not something you hear every day.
Right. But how could they even speak through the Nāgas, possess him like that?
Good question. They explained it was possible because of past karmic links.
Karma again.
Always. Connections from previous lifetimes with that specific novice. And also their intention, they wanted to generate merit or help humanity. It wasn't random.
Okay, so past ties and good intentions. Were there special conditions for contacting them?
Remarkably simple ones, actually. Only novices or nuns with pure hearts were suitable as mediums.
No complex rituals.
Nope. No fancy offerings needed, just a cup of plain water.
Plain water, where?
Because Nagas are considered water element beings, so water is a natural medium for them.
Makes sense.
To invite them, you'd place a cup of water with some jasmine flowers, light 7 incense sticks, 1 for each king, presumably, and then just mentally extend the invitation.
Wow. That's surprisingly straightforward.
But then Poor, as you might guess, wasn't easily convinced.
I bet not.
He apparently put them through rigorous checks, testing their claims, questioning details again and again.
Trying to find inconsistencies.
Exactly, until he finally felt confident they were genuine. And that skepticism, that careful checking, it actually adds a lot of weight to the story, doesn't it?
It really does. It wasn't just blind belief.
And these manifestations kept happening. The possessions occurred every Buddhist holy day, and later specifically on Thursdays, too.
Thursdays. Any reason why?
Not explicitly stated, but Thursdays are often associated with teachers or wisdom in some traditions. Could be a link there.
Interesting. And did they always seem the same?
Well, each of the 7 Nagas would pick out a cloth that matched their specific body color.
Ah, like the blue, green, yellow ones?
Right, and they each had distinct voices and even personalities. Some were described as quite scholarly, others more playful.
Different characters.
Definitely. They all used royal language, though. But the crucial thing was their consistency.
How so?
They all, without exception, emphasized their deep reverence for the Buddha above everything else. That was the constant message.
That consistency across different personas is quite telling.
Very. So eventually the novice disrobed, left the monkhood. What happened then?
Then, poor Cass ordained a female lay devotee and upasika as a nun.
Okay.
She trained really hard, practiced diligently, and eventually achieved what they called Dhamma-eye.
Dhamma-eye, like clear insight.
Yeah, a deep, intuitive understanding of Buddhist truths. And with that spiritual development, she became the new medium for the Nagas.
For how long?
For over a decade, apparently.
Wow, so the connection continued through her.
Yes. But then, something sad happened. On August 11th, 2518 BE, that's 1975 Phra That Phanom collapsed.
The stupa collapsed. Oh no.
Yeah.
Why?
Just age, really. During heavy rain, the old foundation couldn't support it anymore. It was just too weak after all those centuries.
A natural process then, but still tragic for such a sacred site?
Absolutely. But there was a kind of miracle amidst the ruin. 62 days later, while clearing the debris, they found something incredible.
What was it?
8 Buddha chest bone relics. The Phra That, perfectly safe inside a gold-wrapped glass urn.
Still preserved. Amazing, even through the collapse.
A real testament. But what about the Nagas? What did they do?
That's another fascinating part. After the stupa was eventually rebuilt, the Paya Sattanaka possessed the nun, the former nun. Presumably she disrobed by then too, or perhaps just wasn't actively mediating for them one last time.
One final message.
Yes. They announced their mission was complete. The relics were safe, the stupa rebuilt. They were moving on.
Moving on where?
To pursue higher spiritual practice themselves. Ascension, essentially.
But they didn't cut ties completely.
No, they added that if Thampur ever needed their help again, they could still be re-invited, showing that connection remained.
Okay, so that's the story, as Thampur and the others experienced it. An incredible narrative in itself. But then teacher Mayai offered deeper insights, right? The different layer of understanding.
Exactly. This is where we get the corrections and the deeper cosmic view. The teacher confirmed, yes, the seven-colored light was the seven Nagas, but there was a key distinction in their classification.
Oh, what was it?
They weren't just any Nagas. They were identified as Phumma Thewada,
Phumma Thewada.
which are a specific type of earth-dwelling deva, or deity, a subgroup within the four main Naga clans.
So earth spirits, essentially, not beings from a higher heaven initially.
Sort of. They operate under the command of Thavirupaka. He's one of the four great kings who govern different types of beings in the Katumaharajika realm.
So there's a chain of command involved.
A definite celestial hierarchy. Thavirupaka gave the order, likely through intermediaries, for these Nagas to guard Phra That Phanom.
And the timing, 2500 BE.
The teacher said that year was just a coincidence for when they manifested visibly, not some preordained mystical date for them specifically.
Okay, that clarifies the who a bit more. What about their past? Did the teacher reveal anything there?
Oh, yes. And this is really profound, especially regarding karma. It turns out these seven Nagas, in a previous life, were human construction workers.
Construction workers?
Really? Yes. They had worked faithfully on renovating a temple, driven by genuine faith. That was their good karma.
There's usually a but with mixed karma.
There is. But they also apparently drank alcohol regularly during that time. That was the unskillful part.
The mix. Faith and worldly habits.
Exactly. And later in that same life, they heard a monk teach about the seven noble treasures, those virtues we listed earlier.
Like faith, morality, wisdom.
Right. And they were given new names based on those virtues, like faith worker. So their rebirth as Nagas, these Phumma Thewada Nagas, was a direct result of that specific mix.
Good deeds leading to a powerful, but still somewhat earthbound rebirth may be tempered by the unskillful actions.
Precisely. It's not just a detail about these Nagas. It's a powerful illustration of how karma works. It's nuanced. Even noble intentions mixed with less than perfect habits lead to complex results later on.
Really makes you think about the totality of our actions, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It underscores that importance.
Okay, so that explains their nature and past. What about their origin story? They mentioned Anodad Lake in the Himalayas.
Right. The teacher corrected that too. Anodad Lake isn't in the physical Himalayas we know.
Where is it then?
It's located in the Himavanta forest. This is a legendary mythical forest often described as being part of Katumaharajika heaven.
The realm of the four great kings.
Yes, located at the base of Mount Meru, the cosmic mountain. So still a celestial location, but a different one than the Nagas initially stated or perhaps understood themselves.
Interesting. It shows even spiritual beings might have a limited perspective sometimes.
Or maybe communicate things in ways humans can grasp, even if not perfectly accurate from a higher viewpoint.
Good point. Now what about those spirits they kicked out, the Phi Jiao Huan?
The teacher clarified they were indeed Puth, basically ghosts or local spirits.
And they were just hanging around the stupa.
Yes, residing there and consuming the offerings left by devotees. When the Nagas arrived, with their purity and power, these Puth couldn't stand it and just fled into the nearby forest.
Overpowered by the positive energy, essentially.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Now, connecting this back to the celestial governance. Lord Indra, or Thausaka Devaraja.
The ruler of Tavatimsa heaven.
Right. The teacher explained he doesn't usually interact directly with humans or even lower-level earth divas. It's more like a spiritual government structure.
Like a CEO not dealing with frontline workers.
Kind of, yeah. Indra oversees the four great kings, Kuvera, Virulaka, Virpaka, Dattaratha.
And those kings rule different groups.
Exactly. Nagas fall under Thavirupaka. These kings then issue commands down a hierarchy of divas, eventually reaching district heads who oversee specific areas on Earth.
So Earth isn't ruled by one single diva, it's divided up.
Correct. It's administered in districts, each with its own Phumma Thewada leader reporting up the chain. It's a really structured, multi-layered existence.
That adds a lot of context. Fascinating. And the mediums, the novice and the nun. Why them specifically?
Again, karma. The teacher revealed they shared specific past karmic connections with those Nagas from their time as construction workers.
Oh, what kind of connection?
For example, in that past life, the boy who became the novice had apparently bought alcohol for the workers.
Ah, creating a direct link.
And the woman who became the nun had cooked meals for them.
Another link through service.
Right. So these past interactions created the necessary karmic resonance. Plus, the teacher mentioned both individuals had an inherent tendency across lifetimes for spirit possession.
So a combination of past connection and natural aptitude.
Exactly. It made them suitable channels. It wasn't random chance. It was karmically conditioned.
Okay. So looking at the longer arcs, what happened to Thampur, the monk who guided all this?
Then Por lived a long life, passing away at 82. Because of all his merit supporting Buddhism, being a monk for so long, practicing Dhamma diligently, he was reborn in Disit heaven.
Disit heaven? That's a high rebirth, isn't it?
Yes, a very favorable celestial realm, often associated with bodhisattvas. Reborn in the general area there, a fitting result for his life's work.
That's wonderful to hear. And the stupa collapsing.
Mm.
The teacher confirmed it wasn't an omen.
Correct. Not an omen, not a punishment, just natural impermanence, Annika.
A core Buddhist teaching.
The reminder that all compounded things, even sacred ones, are subject to change and decay.
Makes sense. And the original 7 Nagas, after their mission.
After the stupa was rebuilt and their guard duty was done, they ascended. Their merit from protecting the relics elevated them.
To what status?
They became Akasateva,
Which means?
air-dwelling divas, a higher class than Phumma Thewada. They received golden mansions, signifying their enhanced spiritual status.
So they progressed spiritually through their service.
Yes, and the protection continues. Now, new groups of Nagas, Phumma Thewada, are assigned by the current Phumma Thewada district head to guard the stupa.
So it's an ongoing role.
An ongoing duty, and for those Nagas performing it, it's an ongoing opportunity to accrue merit for their own future higher rebirths, a continuous cycle.
It all ties together. Now let's bring it back full circle to our listener, the person who shared this whole amazing account. Their lifelong love for making merit and studying Dhamma. Where did the teacher say that came from?
That deep inclination stems from a powerful past life aspiration.
A past life. Tell us more.
Apparently, in a previous existence, the listener faced serious marital problems issues with the husband's drinking and infidelity.
That sounds very difficult.
Indeed. But through that suffering, they found refuge and deep purpose in a temple. And there, they made a strong vow.
A vow for the future.
Yes. They vowed to be reborn in conditions that would lead them towards spiritual pursuits early in life, ensuring they wouldn't miss the chance to find the Dhamma again.
Wow. So their current life reflects that past determination.
It seems so. And regarding their current profound aspiration to be reborn male in a future life and ordain as a monk.
That's a big goal. What's the guidance for that?
The guidance is quite specific. It requires diligent, consistent practice of the 8 precepts.
Which are stricter than the basic 5 precepts, right? Aimed at deeper spiritual development.
Correct. It also means accumulating all types of merit generosity, maintaining morality, and crucially, meditation practice.
Dana, Sila, Havana.
The foundations.
Oh.
And very importantly, consistently holding and reinforcing that aspiration, that specific goal throughout this current life. Purity of intention and persistent effort are key.
Okay. And finally, the listener mentioned supporting their husband's ordination later in his life, even though he was 60. What are the blessings for that act?
That act of selfless support, mudita, rejoicing in another's good deeds, especially facilitating ordination, carries immense merit. The teacher outlines several benefits for the listener. It helps close the doors to unfortunate lower rebirths.
That's significant.
It opens pathways to rebirth in heavenly realms. It increases the chances of encountering the Buddha's teachings again in future lives.
Ensuring they don't lose the path.
Exactly. It helps develop strong, unwavering faith. It aids in practicing Dhamma effectively to attain inner truth, nibbanic understanding. And it cultivates a mind naturally geared towards wholesome actions, creating momentum towards heaven and ultimately towards nirvana itself.
That's quite a profound list of benefits. A testament to the power of supporting someone's path to monkhood, even with enthusiasm for what might seem like a short time.
The intention and the joy behind the support are incredibly powerful karmically.
Well, this deep dive has really shown us some incredible connections, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Between past actions, our present lives, future goals. It makes you see how these spiritual dimensions, these unseen realms, aren't really separate. They're woven into our world, interacting with our choices. And it really highlights how consistent practice, that pure intention, can actually bridge these worlds. It can make the unseen feel more real and the seemingly impossible, well, maybe not so impossible after all.
It certainly gives one pause for thought. So here's something perhaps for you, the listener, to ponder. Given these incredibly detailed accounts we've discussed, Naga kings, celestial hierarchies, the intricate workings of karma across lifetimes, what might this reveal about the unseen forces, the subtle dynamics potentially at play in our everyday lives, even when we're completely unaware? And maybe more importantly, how can understanding these dynamics, even just a little bit, empower you to live more intentionally, to act with more awareness, knowing that your choices ripple outwards in ways both seen and perhaps unseen?